Okay, how you going, guys? Today I'm going to show you what you need to do a Series 4 dash conversion to a Series 1, 2 or 3 patrol, wagon or ute. Obviously, first things first, you need a dash. Brand new, second hand, doesn't really matter. If you do buy brand new, you need the ducting vent that goes on top of the heater box under the dash that circulates the air to the vents. If you do that, if you buy second hand, obviously it'll most likely be attached to it. Just be wary of that. Starting from the top, you'll need the vents that go out of the dash in the top. Center compartment, I'm not sure what it's called, the center vents, stereo surround. The hazard light switch plug will plug straight in. The mister, I'm not 100% sure because obviously this is a ute. I'm assuming it'll still plug straight in. It looks very similar to a Series 3 wagon. The heater controls are exactly the same. You don't need to change them unless you're doing a TI conversion into the car, which can also be done. I am working on that at the moment. You'll need the lower plastic here. This lower plastic, it goes around. Cigarette lighter plugs. You get the dual or a single, whatever you prefer. They're not hard to wire up if you want the dual one. Sub tank switch has got a different plug. When you get the switch, get it with the harness as well, as much as I can give you. The more the better, obviously, makes it easier. The wires are exactly the same when you join them together, so you don't really need any manuals or anything. Obviously gear surround and also center console. Ashtray, obviously. You'll need both vents on either side. The upper vents, there are a separate section to them. Lower plastics down here. Cluster surround. Clusters on Series 3 wagons, you can just change the outer plastics of them. Anything earlier than that, you can't, because they're a 4-pin cluster and they're not the same. So you have to cut and join wires. I'm working on this at the moment, trying to work it out. I have put a cluster in, but I had a couple of lights on, so I took it out and re-put my old cluster back in, but I will be working on figuring out what I have to do for it. Column plastics you'll need. Indicator and headlight stalks you'll need as well. Indicators will just plug straight in, they're exactly the same plug. The wiper one on a ute, you'll have to get the original plug that the Series 4 ones come with, deep in the wires, deep in the original plug and re-pin them in. Follow the wiring pattern on the Series 4 plug. I think it is a little bit different in the way they mount it compared to the utes. Wagons, they should just plug straight in. I don't think they would have changed it too much. The wagon should go in because of the rear wiper controls on it. You'll need a steering wheel. As you can see, I've gotten the leather from an Algrand. It's another steering wheel that will fit. You can also, out of X-Trail, I think it might be. There's a model of X-Trail that comes in black, which also has steering wheels that are exactly the same. Airbag center. Clock spring will need to be changed. The plugs are different from earlier models to later model clock springs, so you'll have to probably de-pin and re-pin. The pins are the same because I went through that as well to get the steering wheel controls to work, which do work, by the way. I have got another video on that. You'll need the gear stick tops, obviously. You'll need the lower plastics down here, the seal covers, carpet. If you're doing obviously a wagon, you'll need the whole lot. If you're doing a ute, you can get away with just the front section. As you can see, my rear half is still there. I did BP plastics because I didn't want to have the grey. I've done leather seats. You don't have to do leather seats, but I wanted the power function, which they also do work. It's just power and ground. Center console and lid. I've got a leather lid, obviously. Leather door trims. With the locks, there's two bars that run in here from the lock. One goes to about here somewhere on a pivot point. The other one goes down into the door latch area down there. They have to be changed, otherwise you will not get these locks to work. All my plastic has been painted black because I wanted to use a factory Ute plastic, which are the same as the Series 4. The only difference is they're painted silver. So I just grabbed my old one and painted it black to match. Otherwise you can use the wagon ones. They'll just have the rear switches there as per the thing. You'll need these plastics up here as well. The pillar covers you can change if you're doing a wagon. Also the set B pillars, C pillars, and the roof line you can be changing the wagon. In a Ute they can't, so I just reused all my old top halves, which doesn't look too bad. There's an extra tab in here that you have to trim off to get these to go in, otherwise they won't fit properly, but you can get away with using them, cutting a little the end of it off. Steering columns, this might catch a few people as it did to me. I originally got a Series 4 steering column out of a early model, should I say, not late, so it would have been like early model of the Series 4s. It had been, the car must have been in a front end collision that it come out of because the steering column had collapsed. So I ended up getting another one from a 2015 or 2016 model, and then found out the steering shaft that goes through it, that goes to the steering box, which I'll try and show for you. That part that goes into there, that's got the splines on it, was about 2 inches short. So Nissan has changed them in the later models, but you can get around it. There's a nut on the front of the steering column, on the inside where the steering wheel goes. A little thin, narrow nut. You'll just undo that. And then the whole shaft from here all the way down will pull out. Then undo the nut on your original steering column. And then take that shaft out and slide it into the Series 4 column and reinstall the nut. And then it will go straight in like I have done. Other than that, and also the rubbers that go along the top here, in Series 3 they are brown and Series 4 black, so I've changed them. Other than that, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, just let me know, guys. Thanks for watching.